All right. Good evening to you all, wherever you're joining from. I'm here with my boss, EKOW MENSAH, and this evening we're going to dive into some deep issues and deep things we have to talk about as business owners and then individuals as well, and as Africans, as to how the world is seeing us and the growth forward and how we should progress as well. Apologies for the delay. I'm glad people are still live. I've seen a lot of people logging. Well, wherever you're logging from, do share in the comment section and say hello to us. If you are hearing us loud and clear, kindly let us know. If there are any challenges, also do share in the comment section as well. So honorable EKOW, can we just dive right into it? We've wasted your time for long. Let's just dive right into it.
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
We are talking about business, mindset, and growth as individuals and Africans, how the African narrative has been for us so far, how the mindset has been as well. And I wouldn't like to put it in the upbringing, but in a way, when you put the two cultures together in terms of the African culture and the Western culture, the African culture is kind of growing us up in a timid way, not to be able to be outspoken in terms of talking about career choices, talking about the challenges you face at home, how to express yourself. We tend to face these issues day in, day out. So what are your thoughts on it, and how do you think, the newer generations coming up now could, change that narrative and change the mentality about that?
Okay, so good evening, those of us joining us. It's good to see you. I've actually been seeing these videos you do, and I think they're incredible. And I really do see that the future is very bright and you're going to impact a lot of lives. So I just wanted to say that just as a form of encouragement. So don't stop, because sometimes it probably will be slowest. A lot of the times when you're doing some of these very impactful things, it's pretty challenging and you need to literally understand why you're even doing it to keep going. On what you just asked, first of all, you and I are Africans. All right. So you and I probably grew up in the same system, the same culture, the same environments, the same schools, probably similar homes, similar religious backgrounds and everything. So I feel that just by putting it all together and generalizing it and making it look like it's an African problem, sometimes it's in itself the problem. All right. I think that first of all, we should look at this from, as much as we want to look at it from a holistic point of view, I think the individual owes it upon himself to be able to identify if there is any challenge and what to do about it, especially now that information abounds and wherever you pass, you have enough to be able to determine whether where you are and where you're going is most suitable for the times that we are in. Of course, the upbringing, the exposure, the knowledge, the skill sets, and even the enabling environments play very critical roles. But I really do not want us to put ourselves in a position where we are making excuses and getting people to feel like it's okay to throw their hands in the air because the system is not literally like supporting them or something. Trust me, every country that has gone through a transition has come from a point where it wasn't the best, and they've evolved to the point where it looks like it is desirable. And statistically, we are like 200 years behind. So as much as, yeah, the only challenge is that even though we are 200 years behind, we have access to the same information that everybody has. So then it's like we are able to feel the pain of why we are not in a position to enjoy what everybody has, even though we see it, we experience it. So let me break it down. First of all, yes, there is a great impact that all of us are going to experience if we had a change in the way our cultural setting is. But the challenge that we want to throw to everybody is that as long as you are hearing myself and Della and everybody else that is in the space of trying to impact and empower people, we are in the same system. We didn't grow up outside. We didn't go to school outside. We are here. So then if we are able to do it here, and people are even doing better than us, if we are able to do it here, then you should also know that regardless of whatever the system is, you can also do it. One thing I see, which is the biggest challenge, is that people don't tell their stories, and people don't put what they've done to succeed out there enough to form an inspiration for other people. And that honestly is one of the major differences. When you don't own your story, everybody's story sounds tangible. If we as Africans don't tell the impact of our authentic stories and how, even though we are here, we are still able to thrive, we are still able to grow, we are still able to, do the things we do to serve as an inspiration to other people. Because when we're growing up, I mean, we were watching all these series, all this news, all this content that we're fed with, even to the point where if we see a dirty road in America, we get surprised. But honestly, like there are dirty places in America. There are very poor people in America. But the only thing is that what you focus on grows. So they decided to focus on the things that, would impact their economy, their society, and then will get people's perception builds that that is the best system there is. And of course, when you have two things you can compare, you always feel that, oh, okay, yours is worse because you're not really seeing it the way you are seeing other environment. So I'm not saying all is rosy, but this is our country, this is our continent. And sometimes we need to embrace who we are, where we are, and the opportunities we have to actually cause change. Imagine if everything was okay, we probably would not need these platforms. It's because we have this. That's why we need the things we are doing. So first of all, don't excuse yourself that you're here. So then culturally, Nakasa, you are destined to fail. It's not true. Okay. And you're in a religious setting. So then religiously, Charlie, you need to be humble and you need to be poor. It's not true. And especially with everything that is going on around us, where the churches are becoming more sophisticated, the pastors are becoming more sophisticated, you know that with hard work, you're going to enjoy the fruit of your labor. So, yes, I agree. But that is not an excuse for anyone that is listening or watching us. You can do as other people have done, even in the midst of the problems that we are facing. And that actually is what entrepreneurship is. Yes, there is a problem, but how do you solve it? All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
these things are not helping us to be able to evolve as fast as we want to, but how do we solve it? If we are solution oriented, we're able to think on our feet, which are the essential skills that we need. Unfortunately, our educational system has been modeled, to serve the interest of people that are already advanced. So then, even though we were being trained to be professionals, now we need entrepreneurs. And unfortunately, our educational system is not rising up to the challenge of building entrepreneurs who are solution driven. We are still building professionals who literally need to just, go through a system when that's not what we really need at this time. Anyway, I think I'm overly excited. So let me break it down. So let me allow you to ask me the questions because sometimes you know it. You meet people and instead of being sad for them because they are in this environment, you get angry because you're also in this environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, because I don't get sad for people. I don't make excuses for people. I think that generally the mind and I'm good and I'm happy we are talking about mindset because literally everything rises and falls on this mindset.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the same environment as all of us, you can decide to look at the problems or you can decide to look at what solutions I can bring. And that itself is what would distinguish you and make you successful, regardless of wherever you are.
Man, that was fire.
I'm sorry.
It's like my mentality has been challenged as well.
No, because young people cannot also be complaining. And I don't think that's the kind of the channel you're building. I think you want to build a real channel. So let's talk
Yeah,
the real issues. We can't be complaining like our politicians are complaining, our old people are complaining, everybody. No. In the midst of problems, that's where young people are supposed to rise up and change. There was apartheid in South Africa. They rose up and changed the thing. There was all these what do you call it, racism in all these countries that we admire. But they rose
yeah,
up and changed. Dubai was not as it is today, but they rose up and changed. Even Rwanda is rising up after a genocide that wiped out over a million of their citizens. But they are rising up and changing. And now we go to Rwanda not just for events, but for tourism as well. How is that possible? You understand? So we cannot condition people's mind that hey, everything petrol prices are rising. People are still buying 4x4. So how are they
yeah,
doing it? Yeah, if petrol prices are rising, then all of us should drive Tico. But people are buying 4x4. So please, let's really stop all these excuses. We are in Ghana. I mean, people are making it. And I won't even mention countries. Countries that's their GDP is not close to ours. They come here and they are still making it, and we are still here complaining. Anyway, let's stop. Sorry, ask the questions.
well,
Ask the
well,
questions, my brother.
how should I put it? I don't know if it's just a personal ideology that they can't make it, or it's a societal ideology that we can't make a difference. How would you differentiate the two?
We don't have the stories. They'll just tell me any authentic stories of people that have genuinely made it. When we look at even companies like Tropical Cables, what is their
Yeah,
story? How did they do it? How
yeah,
did they grow from a startup to a global giant that as they are? Duraplast, Interplast, Melcom. What are the stories? We don't know. It's always shredded in some secrecy. And that's why there's not even continuity in businesses. When you read the stories of American business giants, you can literally determine how they started and where they are because there's transparency. But there
yeah,
are no stories for us to model. So then the stories we
yeah,
hear are betting. So this somebody's betting story is there and they made money from betting. So then people just follow betting. You get what
yeah,
I'm saying? Even the stories of all these illegal things are going on more than the stories of the authentic ones because nobody wants to share their stories because they know what they are doing. So they can't
yeah.
even come out and say, okay, this is how I built my company step by step. And you and I have been in conferences and all that, and you realize that the things that the people are saying, Charlie, it's not as easy as that. I started selling charcoal, and then before I realized I built machine. I mean, come on, come on. Why the charcoal? What is in it? You
What
understand?
is in
So
it?
we
That's
don't
the real
have
question.
exactly. We don't have authentic stories. When you listen to Oprah Winfrey's story, you can literally follow her transition and what she did. When you listen to Steve Harvey's story, you can follow the transition and what he did. But the thing is, if we don't put out things that people can model their lives by, then we just follow. That's why we have a lot of people in churches because we're believing in miracles when everything has been provided us. We don't have the authentic stories. You have a platform. Tell me how many people you've been able to interview that have been able to literally walk us through how they made it. And even told people go to this person, go to that. Everybody wants to hide it because of this scarcity mentality that we have. Because they believe that if they show the way, they won't have enough to take. Come on. So we don't have, for me, those are because stories change mindsets, stories
Yeah,
change
that's
cultures, stories
yeah,
change government. African
yeah,
story is, we leave the African story to foreigners to tell. So then, why would they tell a story of Africa that makes us independent? Never. They will always tell a story of Africa that is depressing, makes us dependent, and it's like there's no hope here. But that's not the truth.
yeah.
What
That's
what
not.
are authentic stories? Who are the business leaders that are not just receiving awards but telling us? Do you know the story of Papaye?
Not
Della,
at
tell
all.
me. Do you know the story of Papaye? Do you know the
Not
story
at
of even how did this big mall that is opening around all over the place, Melcom? What is the story of
Malcolm,
Melcom?
the
What
China
is the
Wall,
story of
all
yes?
of
They just come up. What are the stories? How did they do it? Who are being the ones that are being mentored and coached? What's the
yeah,
system that we're using to grow people? They just come up with programs, give people 1,000, 10,000 and all that, and they feel that's business. No. What are the stories? What are the institutions that are growing people and building a certain mindset that makes them resilient? Do you know the story of Alisa Hotel? How did it come
Not at
about?
all.
We
Not
just
at
see
all.
it.
All of them.
Exactly. So in our mind, it's like, Charlie, if it's not sudden, then it's not possible. But these people have been working underground for almost 20 years. So it is on their 25th anniversary that we see all the hula baloo and we think that it's just overnight. It's not. Who tell me what do you even let me mention one Bolare and how he transitioned from multimedia to Star FM and all the EIB group and all that. What is the story? How did he do it?
Exactly.
What was the
Exactly.
network he built? Nobody is telling anybody anything. And we're just sensationalizing everything and making it look as if Charlie, young people have faith, believe it, work hard. Charlie, you know, be working hard though. Sometimes Charlie, somebody will do one thing for you. Yeah, but they won't.
That's the sad part. We're telling you to work hard.
Exactly. What we are working hard. Ella, you and I, we work hard. We work hard, but sometimes, Charlie,
Extremely.
no, it's not as no. They don't. There's something they're not telling us. You
Yeah.
see, so for me, I really do believe that when we start, and that's why I love your platform and what you're doing. If we are not able to tell the stories, and I'm as passionate as this because I've done over 10 years of trying to catalog people's stories and all that. You put people in a list, give them awards, tell your story, they won't say it. I mean, if you know the reasons why they are not telling the stories, you'll be shocked. Some of them is witchcraft. People. Oh, Jesus. Lela, you have no idea. People tell me plainly, Echo, I don't want to tell my story because of witchcraft, family pressure. They don't want people to bring their burdens to them, and then
Yeah.
taxes. They don't want the
Yeah.
government to be attacking them for taxes and all those things that and some of these things it just blows your mind. Even churches, how did they do it? You start
Yeah.
a church in a small backyard somewhere. Within 3 years, you have a mansion. How did you do it? We don't know. So everybody is just speculating and everybody is doing try and error. And that's at the heart of the frustrations that we feel. Everybody is doing try and error. They're like, you have
Yeah.
10,000, you buy equipment and everything. You think that just doing a YouTube page, you're going to blow. You won't blow.
Blue, blue.
One
It's true.
Nibaya did the thing for over 9 years before he started blowing.
Yeah.
But we only heard of him on the ninth year. So then at
Yeah.
what point will we be able to see the transition so that we also take our time and build? We are impatient because we have no data to make strategic decisions. Charlie, you want to write a business plan. Where is the data? You don't have it.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel that first of all, let's put things in perspective. It is not a lost cause. Ghana is a very lucrative country because the evidence is in all these foreigners that come and have a lot of money. The only challenge is that there's a missing link, a missing information link. We don't know how they do it. Is it lobbying? Who are they talking to? Who is helping them? What are the networks and the connections they are making? We don't know. They're like, if you know, tell us. Because me, I don't know. And I've been in this entrepreneurship development space for a very long time. I don't know. And it looks clearly to me that if you really want to hit it, then you need somebody that will literally either hold your hand or you need somebody that will put money and faith in you and challenge you to do it. And a lot of us, because we don't have that, we end up in churches hoping that God will hold our hands. And everybody wants God to work for them. Meanwhile, God is for all of us. Okay. So for me, first of all, we need to start telling our authentic stories. Let's not lie to these young people. Making it in life is not easy,
Yeah.
but it is possible. Okay. And it takes dedication, it takes commitment, it takes a level of faith in yourself. Because sometimes the things people will tell you, and sometimes it's from a good place. They'll call you and tell the large child, this thing you're doing, you're wasting your time. What is this?
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll tell you plainly. Meanwhile, when you look at
Exactly.
their
Yeah.
own life, like, they're not even doing anything. Oh. But
But
they'll
they're
tell
not
you
even
that what
close
are you
to
doing, every time you're talking, every time you're talking. And sometimes it's from a genuine place. But there was a multitude of all these things at the places we are admiring before they started blowing. Look at
Yeah.
music. I mean, when we're growing, Ghana music, apart from CK Kabobo and all those Daddy Lumba, all these hip life and all that, it is now that now everybody is appreciating our own things. Look at African
Yeah.
prints. Before, everybody's African print was in a suitcase. Nobody cared about those things. But the moment the mindset changes about something, there is an evolution, and that evolution causes wealth. But if you don't know the stories, Charlie, there is nothing that we can do that eventually will just blow. There's nothing blows except dynamite. Anyway,
But I
let's keep
tell
going.
you,
Let's keep going. Dynamite will just blow.
tell you. And it's becoming like a norm where when they stand on stage, the first thing I thank God for how far He has brought me, and I'm dedicating this platform to. And the question is,
No,
God didn't hold your hand to take you anywhere. You
no.
had to meet someone. Someone had to introduce you. Someone had to send you somewhere. Someone had to invest in you before you got to that particular. But they tend to miss out that particular link from
Mm-hmm.
maybe failure or a standpoint to a progress point. That
Mm-hmm.
that particular link between the two, where they can share to inspire someone. So someone will also know or read their story or hear that story and say, okay, in order for me to progress from this particular point and pivot into growth, I have to do steps A,
Mm-hmm.
B, C, D, go and see person A, B, C, D for them to connect me to the right network, give me the right
Mm-hmm.
platforms, give me the right opportunities. Just that link is missing
We don't
from the
have
whole
a.
picture.
We don't have. So then it makes it very difficult, and all of us just keep holding on to faith and hoping things will be okay. But one thing I'm also very happy about is that, Charlie Della, if you find the right product and if
Yeah.
you find the right target market and you dedicate your life to serving that target market with your product, Charlie, you don't even need anyone. I'm telling you. And that's at the
Like,
heart of entrepreneurship.
yeah,
Just find the right need, find the right problem, and find a solution to that problem. See, I always tell people that connection and everything is good, but at the heart of the success of any connection is something that is worth, investing in, something that people want, something that people appreciate. A musician can sing 1,000 songs. If none of them become a hit song, they won't blow. Do you see? Yeah, because
that's true.
at the heart of success is something that people need.
Yeah,
So even though it can be sped up by connection, sped up by who the God factor, the Godfather factor, and all those things. Listen, if you have something, either a gift, a product, a skill, a service that people need, like what you're doing, trust me, what you're doing, people need it. It will just one day somebody will just chance on your platform and your life will be completely changed. But if you don't consistently keep sowing, what will happen is that by the time they chance on your platform, the last video you did was probably in 2020. When we are in 2022, so they'll think that you've collapsed. But if you consistently keep sowing, consistently keep sowing, knowing your exact target market and getting feedback, one day, just one day, your channel will just completely change and you will be surprised. But it wouldn't be because it happened in one day. It will be because it happened daily. But at the heart of it is a product, a service, a gift that somebody wanted. And for me, whenever I'm talking to young people, I tell them that listen, look for that person who has a need and serve them, either with your time, with your product, or with your service. That's all. That's the at the heart of everything. What do people need? How do I find it? How do I refine it? How do I serve it to them? So that you don't stop yourself from pursuing things because we are saying that, oh, if you don't have the help. No. If you find the right product, you'll find the right help.
from what you just said, there's a breaking point in between waiting
Mhm.
patiently for that particular moment and then keep building it bit by bit to reach up to
Charlie,
that particular point.
Charlie. That's the thing.
That's
Oh. That's why we need parents to understand that they need to invest in those of us who want to be entrepreneurs because the life is not easy. Imagine
it's
your
not
parents to come and see you in the room every time you say you are talking to cameras. Every time, like that's all they see you do. And that's for you is business. They will be upset because you see the mindset that they used to have of what building a professional life is different from what it is now. So
yeah,
then for them, they don't see how to bridge the two. And
yeah,
they just see that you're lazing about. But until you succeed at what you're doing, they wouldn't even be able to relate to what you're doing. So I don't
yeah,
blame the old people too much, but they need to understand that beyond taking us to school, which to most of them is their biggest investment, beyond taking us to school is that middle like what you're saying, that you need to still hold us up a bit whilst we perfect our craft. And that
Yeah.
is what a lot of, I mean, when you listen to the story of Microsoft, the story of Apple, there was some garage. Where is that garage? Where is our garage? Where is our garage? Why are the young people suffering so much? There should be somebody's garage. But you see,
Yeah.
it's not about the garage. It's about what you're doing in that garage and who
Yeah.
needs it. And you
Yeah.
see, at the time that they were doing mobile phones by Apple and they were doing softwares by Microsoft and all that. And I'm citing these examples because we know the story.
Yeah.
I
We're
can't
able
cite
to
local
relate with it.
examples because I don't know the story. I can't cite Melcom. I can't cite Interplus. I can't even. He said these are even foreign-owned companies in Ghana. The local ones there. She said, "Let me cite."
We can't even mention.
But basically, there was some garage because that was an investment that somebody made in them. But the essence
Yeah.
is not even about the garage, as it's about what they were doing there. And don't forget, at the time they were doing it, there was no need for it.
Yeah.
But they knew that there was a problem that these things could solve because at present, the nature of the communication device was from wall to whatever. And also, the computer was mainframe, so it was quite big. So, the essence is that if this mainframe is useful, then when it becomes small like this, it will still be useful. And that's what they dedicated themselves. And that's the enabling environment that I think that a lot of people are putting in effort to solve. The moment they discovered that idea, which is going to revolutionize a whole sector, a whole industry, there were people that were ready to put in money in the form
Yeah.
of investment. All right. So that's the thing that we don't have in abundance here. So even people who find good products and all that, they still need to go out there and there'll still be an ownership factor because if I'm giving you money, I need to own a bit of it. I probably have an idea of what your technology is. So when you look at local companies like M Pharma, Pharma Line, and all those companies that have attracted investments, how many of those investors are local investors? They are literally exporting technology and everything outside, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Any effort is better than no effort. Okay, so I feel that like the missing link you're saying, where people hold people up to be able to actually generate Twitter at this time. I mean, how long did Twitter go before they started monetizing? Even Instagram, even
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So there's that stage that Charlie people need to just understand, know the value of what you're doing, and hold you up for some time before they let you fly. But Charlie, the moment you are even in school, they are expecting you to fly. You finish school, no, Charlie, fly. And if you don't know and you don't go and get that job, 5 years later, Charlie.
But
So that's
in relation to that story,
Mhm.
Mr. Beast, who is one of YouTube's biggest platform owner, just hit
Okay.
100 million subscribers on the platform. He's
Wow.
the first person to reach 100 million subscribers, and because of that, they had to change the algorithm to match up with what he's doing.
Can you
Can you
imagine?
imagine just because of one person? They had to
Charlie,
rearrange the whole algorithm to match up because no one has attained that success. And his
you
story
know,
was quite how he started from zero subscribers all the way fighting through, going through all the challenges and all
and the
that.
story
So
is there. You see?
the story is there, you could follow it. His very first video is still on YouTube till today with the
Charlie,
highest number of views that you could get.
my brother.
So there's that
And
plain line that you could clearly read and follow.
of course, just follow
Yes,
and
there's
replicate. Just follow and
exactly,
replicate. We are in a very privileged position. Oh. We don't even need to think too much. Just follow what is happening in any other country and replicate it here. And you see, that's the thing I'm talking about. This is where the world is going. But then when you look at the interventions that we have in Ghana, we are not, the interventions are not ahead of the time. And they are not even in the time. They are still way back. By
yeah,
now, YouTube is making money. So we need to set up YouTube colleges and educate YouTube entrepreneurs, provide them equipment where they just enter, do their content, and get out. So that at
yeah,
least the startup capital will not be too much, and all we need is their time and their content ideas. So you enter a place, a big warehouse that maybe the government has set up. There's a YouTube, even NAFTI. By now, NAFTI should be doing that. So then you can literally walk into NAFTI and have a big YouTube studio where you just
yeah,
enter, they give you some tutorials on content, algorithms, analytics, and all those things. And you just start. And there are people that are going to help you to really, get your thing running with a very
yeah,
small startup capital. Sometimes all you need is your time. Are,
yeah.
are these things there? No, they are not there. We are still giving people handouts. We want to be. If I say this one, I'll be political, so I won't say it. But trust me, sometimes we don't need manual. Dela, we
Yeah.
don't need. See all these things you're
I
doing.
know.
There's a place that you can go, customize it the way you want, and then you just come in once a week and do all your content and go. And you pay something small. With time, you see that it will be everywhere. It has to be abundant. It doesn't have to be just a few people for us to be. If it's not abundant, we won't be able to monetize it the way that they are monetizing it somewhere. In Ghana, how many YouTubers are here? Handful.
Exactly.
Everybody is trying, try and error, try and error. There's no institution that is focusing on YouTube business. There's no institution focusing on Instagram business. There's no institution focusing on Snapchat, TikTok. Everybody is doing hardcore. So Jacqueline Mensah hates a certain number, and instead of learning how it was done, we are all hating. I mean, come on, what kind of country is this? TikTok, you would set up a TikTok so the people are learning the algorithm, people are learning analytics, people are learning content, people are learning, and you are doing it in abundance, quality, so that we can export it. We don't have to literally put things on a ship to export. I mean,
And even aside that, till date, I haven't found any solid, like a very solid digital. I don't want to put a whole transformational digital institute in Ghana
oh,
here, where they
Charlie,
are
where is the
teaching.
money? Who can set it up? It's kind of way. It takes money. The equipment, how much is even the equipment?
Yeah,
Even breaking it down, how much is it? One person
yeah,
cannot do it. And sometimes, these industries, it takes time to build.
yeah,
It really takes time to build. So then you need like gentle capital, the soft capital that gives you about 3 years, 4 years to keep trying things. When you even go
yeah.
to institutions that are saying they are doing these things as courses, go and see the equipment there.
Oh,
There are
they
not
don't
things to
even
write them about.
even the teachers teaching over. They don't even understand the platform properly
You
for them
see,
to
and
teach.
that's the thing that we need as a people, as a government, to start. And you see, I like your because it's a mind thing. Oh. We
Yeah,
always think that Charlie, we need to do so much. No, it's a mind thing. If you are as a teacher and you are 10 years behind,
yeah,
what would the students learn? And a
exactly.
teacher like that too has such a big ego that if a student enters the class and knows more than him or her, then they will just victimize the student. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
automatically you fail his class once you know more than him.
So
And
even
yet,
geniuses are
the teacher is doing it.
subdued. You
The
see?
teacher is not even doing it. The teacher is not even
And
doing
they are
what
not
he's.
humble to learn. They are not humble to learn. They are not humble to learn. Oh, oh Jesus. See, my brother, as for this conversation, we won't end today. But I feel that it's about time that we needed to start thinking outside the box. All these hardcore manufacturing and all that, it's not bad. But
Yeah,
we've lost out on it. What we have now is technology. How are we leveraging and making this country a technologically advanced country where we are exporting content, data? Like, I don't see why we don't see these things. You are still competing with manufacturing, blue skies, and all that. At this time, when even the young people don't have the patience to sit in factories and all that, time in it
yeah.
came. Who the hell would you guys
Literally.
sit in a factory? What would you be doing in a
Nothing.
factory? When somebody picks their phone and they can make $100 a day, why would they come and
A
sit in a
day.
factory and make $100 a week? And we are still
Yeah,
saying that the young people see times have changed. If China says they are the manufacturing hub of the world, that is fine. Why can't Ghana be the technology hub of the world? Because we are a very small country. So then we focus on making sure that there's no technological advancement that we don't know anything about. Young people from class one should be they are being taught coding. They should be
yeah,
taught coding. By class five, people are coding games for as fun. You see,
yeah.
we don't have any strategic plan for this country. We don't. There's no anyway. Yeah, let me relax because no, but go to schools. No, it's so sad though. They're like it's so
It's true.
sad.
It's true. It's true.
Go to
It's true.
schools at this time. They are teaching them mouse. They are teaching them when they can learn it on YouTube because the
Part
teachers
of a
themselves
mouth.
don't know. They don't know. See, this country, everybody says agree. It's fine. But as a country in Ankasano, the youth is moving at a pace where now we should talk about agri-tech. We should talk about
Yeah,
edu-tech. We should talk about this tech. Everything should be tech enabled. In fact, we should be a completely tech enabled country where we are exporting our products, tech products. We should have a vision for the country so that even education can be changed. Why are we still doing exams? Why are we still copying notes? Why are we still doing handouts? Why are we still sitting for exams that the questions came last year? Even for even for MBO, questions are repeated, and it's not even 3 years interval, 1 year, same questions, and you're saying MBA. Charlie, anyway, and a lot of the people that are doing innovative things, they are doing it on their own.
Yeah.
They're like, this thing you're doing this on your own. You're doing trial and error. Praying that one day. So why would you go to church? And I don't know why people think that why won't Alpha Hour trend? Because everybody
Yeah.
is literally dependent on God to succeed.
Yeah.
We are trying. But Charlie, they live in environments. I can't be brave. I can't be brave.
Baby.
At this time, Dela, you as a YouTuber, you can enter the YouTube Institute, the Ghana National YouTube Institute. Build it big. How much would it even cost? $5 million. Set it up with all the modern equipment. Young people come in. They are Charlie. Everywhere you pass, somebody is doing YouTube. Tourism will be affected immediately. Hospitality industries, hotel industries, because we are starting to tell our stories in magnitudes. So now the competition will force people to also be excellent and produce solid content that are globally, accepted. Before you
Yeah.
realize they are featuring us on DSTV, Netflix, and young people are even doing their own things. When China stopped YouTube, Facebook, and all those things, they created their own platforms, and now it's serving them. But here, we are not big, just 30 million people. 30 million people, oh. And we can't come up with something that we can have an industry that employs 100,000 people, and it
Yeah.
can only be done with tech. It can only be done with tech. See, tech is one of the most scalable businesses in the world. But when you look at our tech strategy do you know the tech strategy of Ghana, Dela? What is
I don't
our
think we
tech?
have.
You go and they will see that they have it. You will see if we start researching, you see that they have a policy that tells us where we are going when it comes to tech. When you go to Ministry of Communication, as the Rusis people, they will tell you the direction we are going with tech. And when you compare it where the world is going, you see that Charlie, we
Are
are
they well endowed in the tech world to be able to making those policies?
we are not qualified to we are not we are not
Because
qualified to say that. But all
sometimes you
I'm
need to
telling
ask
you
the hard
that
questions. You
no,
need
no,
to
no,
ask
but
the hard questions. Because
see,
some of these people making the policies don't even know how to set up a YouTube channel. When
because
you set
you
up,
will not go into politics because you're afraid of insults. You are sitting there behind your camera. You want peace. You don't even want to say controversial things because you don't want people. See, I posted one content on Cathedral on my platform, my page, my timeline.
yeah.
My family members called me. I'm telling you, my mother called and begged, please, so just focus on your entrepreneurship. We don't want any problem. So imagine myself going into politics, it's a big deal because Charlie, it's not easy like that. Because
Yeah.
instead of it being a place where people are transforming lives and all that, it's just enrichment. So Charlie, people will fight tooth and nail and even kill just to be there. Why?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a thing of service. So why is it now a thing of, like ownership? It's like an entitlement.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
My family has to be in line
So
for
why? You are serving us, our
yeah.
interest. But now the moment you get the position, we can't even come to you because Charlie, you are here and now we are here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
mean, my brother, for me, one thing is I don't like complaining because it won't take us anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's find solutions. Let's find solutions. All right.
Well, in terms of finding solutions, if you should give your top five business opportunities or business ideas that people or the young ones should learn today that would guide them, in fact, in the next 5 years and beyond, which top five would you like to share with them?
Oh, business ideas. See, even the ones that will make them money, we probably are still inventing. The easiest way is always look out and start researching on what is working out because it will definitely come. All right.
Yeah.
So, but if I have to say, especially in Ghana, one of the
Yeah.
things that I can literally guarantee that you would make some money out of is trading.
Okay.
Sell something. Okay, anything, just sell it. See, my
In
brother,
Ghana.
my
Oh,
sister,
in Ghana.
I'm telling you, what are you
Okay.
talking about? We like buying, oh, we are a consuming nation.
Okay.
We consume, we don't produce
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah.
as long as you know the nature of the country, you leverage and get into it. We are a consuming nation. In the midst of inflation, high fuel, we are still buying. People are buying cars. I mean, just in 2020 cars,
Yeah. Oh, I
2022
see.
cars.
Yeah, I see.
And
Even the
so
latest
buying,
models of the cars are
I'm
available.
telling you, trade is a fundamental business that anybody can enter and can find some level of success, mainly because the social media platforms are very helpful. And you can literally trade in anything: baby clothes, you can trade in equipment, you can trade in building materials, educational books, whatever. As long as you are dedicated to it and you have a strategy and you are consistent, somebody, if you like, anybody listening to me right now, just pick a mug. This is my mug, right? Pick it, take a nice picture, put it on your Facebook, put a price on it, and see if somebody won't call you.
Of course. At least you get one buyer.
I'm telling you. So one buyer goes to two, two buyer goes to
Yeah,
three. That's how business is.
keep
So if you're telling
multiplying.
me, if you're asking me what business, fundamentally trading. But you see, some of us we don't have the propensity to wait for those small, small, small. Like because if you sell this, you probably just make one CD, two CDs. So you have to sell like
Yeah,
a million before you can make it. We don't know how that one is done. So that's why we
exactly.
don't go into trading. But trading is one of those things that you can make some money from. Two, food. See, as long as the food is nice, people buy it. And now
Yeah.
we have platforms that sell food. So you can literally be doing food in your own kitchen, put it on Jumia, Bolt Food, or any of those things. And then somebody will request for it. And Charlie,
Yeah.
I ordered some gobe. Is it gobe? Gobe, right?
Yeah. Go
On
back.
one of
Yeah.
these platforms. I paid 35 Ghana. Oh, my brother, I regretted. I was like, my God, this is less than 10 Ghana cedis. Hey, and it's not like any package, They just put the beans in some rubber, this in some rubber, and then they just added some small gari. 35 Ghana cedis. Oh God. And they called it jumbo
I,
size.
I, I can attest to that fact.
So imagine if you decide to do food, you do the right
Yeah.
quantities, you do the right taste, and you don't even have to do a shed outside or anything. Just stay in your house, put it on Jumia Food, put it on Bolt Food, let them certify you or verify you, and then you start selling.
Yeah.
Okay, food,
That's true.
because we will definitely see whether petrol prices goes to 25 cities, inflation passes 50%, we will still
We
eat.
still have to eat. Yes.
If you fast 40 days ICGC, you will still finish and eat.
You still eat.
Yeah, so as for
Even
food,
when you're
unless
fasting, you have to eat.
exactly, and as a fasting class, some of them eat in the morning and that's how they eat in the evening. So, and now because of the way the nature of work and everything, people don't have time.
Yeah.
Even families, those times where our parents used to cook and store in the fridge, nobody has that kind of time. So if
At
you
all.
cook and it's good pricing, and people charge a lot for food, so then if your price is competitive and the taste is good, you don't even have to sell it. It will just move. You get it? So food
Yeah.
for me is another thing. Online educational content, and this is not even for local audience, global audience. Anything teach, and teach it in just a way that you can just buy a ring light, do it on like what we are doing myself, and you don't even need sophisticated camera and all that. If you have a phone or if you have a computer, just put a curriculum together, teach, put it on Udemy, Coursera, or any of those platforms, and just focus on selling it. Sell it. Digital content, sell it. This one is training, capacity building. So you know how
Yeah.
to cook, do a demonstrative video, put it together, put it out there, sell it. All right. So anything that, because now everybody is looking for ways to make extra income. All right. So then they are looking for content that builds their skills and the skills that can make them money. Okay, so then if you have skills that can make anybody money and then you put it out there, people can buy it. And you see, because the unit price is very small, a lot of people can buy it. And if you're able to land on something that has a global appeal, overnight you can be a millionaire,
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
true.
also, yeah, that's also a very big thing to go into. One of the riskiest things that can make you a lot of money is providing loans. Uh,
Hey.
Relax, my brother. That's why I said one of the riskiest businesses that can still make you a lot of money is
Yeah.
providing loans. Loans is everybody needs money, right? And because business is about, it should be demand driven. If there's no demand, there's no business. And because people need money, we can provide loans. Now you need to build a system that provides you some level of guarantee of repayment and reduces your risk. Even the
Okay.
banks are still struggling with this, and that's why it's very difficult to get a bank loan, because it's very stringent, the processes and all that. But trust me, if anybody wants to make money fast in this country, anywhere in the world, come and give us loans. Just know that 25% of it will not come back.
For
But
this particular point, I refuse to back it up.
oh no, that's very generous. 25 is very generous. It might be 50%, but Charlie. No, but you see, the 50% you get back and the interest on that 50% will actually make up. Look,
Yeah,
see,
can
any trade in finance is good
yeah.
business. The only thing is that how you mitigate risk and reduce the rate of non-payments, that's where the biggest challenge is. But it's a good business. All right. So I wouldn't say that it's not a good business.
Hey,
And the other thing I would.
disclaimer, we didn't force you to go and
Oh,
pick
but
up.
I'm not saying this one. Did I mention money laundering? I'm not saying money laundering. I'm not saying anything illegal. I'm saying loans. Give loans. Why?
You know how of late people pick things out of context, twist it out, and then go and put it out there.
No,
We are
there's
talking about
no. But this one, I'm saying give loans. I'm not saying give free money. Give loans. If you give
those you
loans,
spy them.
but Dela, we said that some will not come back. so So your success is dependent on the system you put in place to
Yeah,
retrieve the loan. And I mean, just preventing myself from mentioning some companies, but even the then UT Bank, the then
yeah,
UT Financial Services, it wasn't even about the loans they were giving, but their mechanism to recover their loans, and that's what made them successful. So if you want to go into the loans business, it's the mechanism to recover your loans that is more important than even the loans you're giving. So that's just my. But you're asking me for ideas or give me ideas. All right.
okay. Let's move
Another thing really is the pharmaceuticals, because it's also forms part of the trading. The way the system is, especially with the rain and everything, people would buy pharmaceutical stuff. All right, but that one comes with a lot of requirements and certification and all that. But hey,
yeah, yeah,
pharmaceuticals, it sells in good times, in bad times. People will buy drugs. People would come for all those pharmaceutical products. So that is also something that I know can make people money if they go into it. And maybe the last bonus thing I'll add, apart from all these content things like the social media, YouTube, and all that, those ones they can make you money, but they have to get to a certain threshold before they can start making money. So it takes a lot of investment of time and resources to be able to make money from these digital content. But another thing is weight loss. Weight loss is a big deal.
yeah. Very true.
Weight loss is because you see the pattern of our lives right now. You can literally guarantee that people will be people would. No, no. Disclaimer. This is why you have to do disclaimer. Why are you not doing disclaimer here? You can literally guarantee that people would put on weight. So
Yeah,
then, if you have a system that enables them to reduce the weight without exercising, because people are lazy, so that one will make you a lot of money. So I won't recommend any particular medium, but if you can let people lose weight, you make money. Anyhow, just making sure it's legal and it is standardized, all right, so that they don't have any health implications. I mean, the ideas they endorse. There are so many ideas I can share, but I think these 6 or 7 can help anybody that wants to start anything. There's so many things. People are looking for solutions. So if you can provide solutions to your problems and all that, I mean, maybe next time we'll talk about the people that are making the companies that are making a lot of money, and you see that they are still in line with the things that I've shared with you. I mean, the
yeah,
Melcoms of our time, they are doing trading. The IT companies of our time, all those things, they are all there. Yeah.
yeah. Now, what of soft skills training or soft skills development? Would you recommend
Because
anyone in particular?
the thing about soft skills is that now it is abundantly available. So
Yeah.
people paying for it is a big deal. Now, I mean, what you and we are doing, Charlie, nobody will pay us. If you tell your viewers, I've seen my friend, is it Lydia? If you tell her to send you 50
Yeah,
Ghana,
Manama.
they will tell you that you are ripping them off. Meanwhile, they are benefiting from this platform. So, and especially with a lot of the interventions that are currently happening, where we have a lot of these international funders financing free skills training. People are building the mindset that these things are supposed to be free. So it takes a bit of time for people to understand that they need to pay for these things. So
Yeah.
if you really want to make money, I wouldn't recommend that you get into that yet. But you can, like I'm saying, if you can package it properly and put it on these digital learning platforms, then you can have an audience where people are doing applications that they put this content on, and then people can, learn and then pay small amount of fees. You always look at the volumes, because if you're expecting to make maybe 1 million from just 1,000 people because they are paying 1,000 cities, that will take you a lifetime. But if people are paying 10 cities, and you have 1 million of them, you literally make that amount of money as well. So
And
it's essential. You see, unfortunately, the way the system is, and because information abounds now, even though it's essential and there's a need, people don't equate a certain value, monetary value to it. So that they wouldn't pay for it because they can get it for free. You get it. But the
okay.
hard skills
Yeah.
one, because they know that the moment they get the hard skills one, they can literally turn it into. So if Dela is teaching how to make money on YouTube, you get people to pay because they expect that the moment they learn it, they have to start making money. You see, so that's why, yeah, that is like automatic. Meanwhile, the Dela that he's saying, he hasn't started making money on
Yeah, I
YouTube
just
yet,
started making
but at least you see you are selling a knowledge of how you started, where you are, the equipment you need, and all those things.
yeah.
And people can pay some amount of money to, because that one is hard skills. So they learn it and they apply it. Soft skills is essential, but it's mostly learned in practice and in exposure. So then
Okay.
that's why we need mentorship, we need industry and internships and all those things, so that you can pick it up and then learn along the way. But for
Yeah.
people to really pay, it depends. It depends on packaging. Charlie, everything is packaging. If you package it well and sell it, people may buy it. But it's
That's
hard.
that,
It's not
yeah,
easy.
that's very
Trust me. It's
yeah.
not easy.
Well, especially in these current times and how things are going,
Yeah.
soft skills, well, it's the easy part as well. If you do it well, it will sell. If you don't do it well, to take a longer time for you to recoup money from that.
As it is with a lot of things. So yeah,
Yeah.
just do it well. Find your audience, find people who want to pay for it and build on that. And you'll be fine. A
In
lot of us
terms of,
just want to make money fast. That's why. That's why the challenge is.
that's the bad part of it as of now,
That
because everyone
it's
wants
not
to.
bad though, bro. It's not bad. Things are changing fast. So I won't say it's bad. You see, I'm not quick to tag things. It's not bad. If you find ways of making, so you that you're sitting there, if you find a legitimate way of making 1 million CDs overnight, you say you won't do it. You won't do it. Legitimate way, oh. It's
Yeah,
not illegal. It's
no,
legitimate.
but even that one, I'm scared out to come overnight.
And then you are not an entrepreneur, really. You are not a true entrepreneur.
Because overnight success, they say comes quickly, but runs away quickly as well. So if
Charlie,
you
that
get
one
it
is
quick,
it's
then
it's just a myth. Master, if you get one
you
million
should
right now, if you get 1 million right now, your 1 million run away. It won't run away, oh, my brother. It will stay because you are not an
just
overnight
give
success.
to
You will be sowing.
if you give it to me to stay, yeah, but if you give it to me to stay, but if I'm to do business for it, I doubt.
Charlie, bro.
I
If you do
highly
business,
doubt.
if
There's
you get 1 million today, the probability that you get 1 million today and you can get 1 million tomorrow is high. So then the moment you figure out a way of getting
it's
one
high,
million
yeah.
today, it means that you'll be getting 1 million, so you won't lose it. There is a first million that is difficult to. After you hit your first million, the rest is easy. All of us should be
Dedication
pursuing
always.
that first million. Charlie, if we hit first million, the rest it will come.
But why? Do we have? Let me ask you this right. Do we have billionaires in Ghana?
Hey, why am I statistical office? I don't know. Why are you asking me this? I don't know. I don't know. Because it's not public information. When you go to US, you type billionaires, you see them. When you go to
You see,
UK, you type.
yeah,
That's the thing I'm talking about. No, there's no transparency here. So me,
yeah,
when I see people on billboards come to talk plenty, I don't mind them because they won't tell you how they are making money or what their worth is. Because you see, you need to have some level of transparency to be able to
yeah.
to be able to inspire others to want to be like you. So if you ask me this, I mean, I'm not a government statistician. Neither am I GRA, so I wouldn't know. But I know that people have that kind of money here, but they won't tell you.
Don't
You
tell you.
see,
That's the whole.
but yeah, but I mean, that's the predicament we face. But being a billionaire in Ghana with operating a business only in Ghana is nearly impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because the
strongly
Ghana
agree.
audience, if every Ghanaian citizen was even buying your product, you will still be a billionaire.
You
So
so yeah,
that's
it's
the
true.
thing. So our purchasing power, our taste preferences, and the different demographic, the differences in demography and all that. Not every region will like one thing. You understand? So, for instance, when you look at Uncle White's place, for instance, very beautiful concept and all that. I mean, he can only stay in Accra. The few times he's tried to go outside
Exactly.
Accra, Charlie, that's it is happening.
Uncle
So if
Ye.
you really want to be a billionaire, yeah, if you really want to be a billionaire, there are three things that I know you need to really like master and get deep into it. One is technology. Because see, there is no billionaire anywhere in this world that is not harnessing technology to expand what they are doing. The hardcore things is becoming obsolete. A few people would keep doing hardcore things. So when you look at Dangote's company, for instance, very soon you will see that they'll be putting in a lot of technological advancement to automate the processes if they are not doing it already, which I think they're already doing. That's why they're able to maximize profit
I
and
think
then make a lot of
yeah,
revenue. Yeah, technology
yeah.
is one of, if you want to be a billionaire, just check anywhere, even with fashion. Technology. So get into it. Don't tell me you don't like technology. Get into technology. Deep into technology. Two, global markets, global trade. Figure out a way of going beyond where you are. Ghana. It's not here. You just go, even if you have branches in all the 16 regions, you still not be a billionaire because Charlie,
Yeah.
who will buy? You get
The
it.
market
So
is
global trade. Global trade is another thing that you need to really get deep into. And the last one is a product with a global appeal. These are the three things. And when you look at Facebook, for instance, it meets all these three standards. It's technology, global trade, and then global appeal.
global. Yeah.
Yes, people beyond borders should like your product. So if you do a song and it's all cheap, you can only go as far as the beat makes people happy. But if they don't understand it, it's just the beat. After the beat dies off, your song is
You
gone.
need to be jumping
And
around.
that's why, exactly, and that's why the Nigerian musicians are really, really hitting the roof because their fundamental language is the English pidgin, and that is easy for people to
Yeah.
understand and and relate with. So then you can't compare a Nigerian musician and their audience and everything, global audience, with a Ghanaian musician that is typically selling tree based songs. So literally,
Yeah.
if they want to make it, that's why those alliances are important. And when you look at some of these musicians, and that's why when you look at musicians like this, not now, the
Which one?
Wiala.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you see that Wiala has a global appeal and is not really even trending in Ghana. But you realize
Yeah.
that eventually, globally, she will really be doing well because what she has, the content she
She's
has.
actually doing well. Like
Of
she's doing
course.
really well.
So the
Yeah.
content is a global appeal content.
Yeah.
So she won't be competing with local champions in Ghana. So you even hear about her match, but she's making it. It's the same thing that this Rastafarian Rocky Downey. So Rocky Downey
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
has global appeal. So they don't waste their time running around local things.
Coming to
You see, so
yeah. You see
if
them
you
on the
mention the
BTs
word
and
billionaire,
co
of
Yeah.
course, because
Yeah.
you can't be forcing your language on people. It doesn't have any global appeal. You'll be rapping in tree plenty and you expect people to be no. It might get you because South African songs really go far. You see,
Yeah.
because of the beats, but it doesn't last that long. You see,
Yeah.
so just so these three things. Okay, if you technology, global appeal, and global product
Yeah.
will take you far. And that's where Ghana should be looking at. We should be a country that everything we do here, 80% of it is exported and only 20% serves our needs. That's what we should do. But the only problem is that here, 80% is here. All the imports are coming, and only 20%, even 20% is not much. As long as we keep everything we are doing here, we are not going to attract any foreign direct investment.
Yeah.
And the moment we don't attract foreign direct investments, the need for dollars and everything for imports increases. So the rates will go high, inflation will be affected. It's common economics, but we don't want to admit it. You see, so please, these three things, anybody listening that wants to be a billionaire, and that's why I believe that M Pharma is going to be, and I'm predicting it on this your platform. If you want
The
one
record sake.
company, I'm telling you, one company that is going to hit the $1 billion mark very soon is M Pharma.
All right.
One Ghanaian indigenous company that will hit, because you see, they figured out a product that has demand, that has global appeal, and they are learning international trade. Pharma, I'm predicting it here. If they over open their shares and you want to sell, buy it. You understand? And because when you look at Flutterwave from Nigeria,
Yeah.
Flutterwave recently got investment of over $200 million, and they are expanding their global trade because it's based on technology, it's based on money, it's based on global trade.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just predicting things. Maybe one of these they just call me to predict things. I'll predict it.
Prophesy. Prophesy.
I'll just prophesy. No, but serious. M Pharma Haptel. M Pharma
Yeah.
Haptel. Haptel might find a lot of competition because the e-commerce platform, is dominated by foreign competition, and but M Pharma is doing something that is at the heart of what Africa needs. If you haven't started studying them, I bet go and study them.
I have to take time
That,
to study
that
them.
Gregory
Last week we
guy,
have a new
Gregory guy
product.
would make
Yeah.
it on a Forbes list very soon.
We are backing them.
Oh
I'll be
no no.
glad to boast and say, oh, this company is from Ghana and it's on the Forbes list.
Oh, bro,
It's
you
listed on
just
there.
study the model. Just
Yeah.
study the my muti model, that they are
Okay.
doing in the pharmacies. Charlie,
Okay.
that guy be sharp guy. Sharp guy, sharp. And you see, somebody like this should have a whole class that the government is backing. We should have the Gregory class on how he made Pharma. Bro, Charlie, they won't even pay. I want ya auntie, I want ya in this country. Oh, I'm telling you, our country move too much because
Yeah,
of this
that's
same
right.
mindset,
Yeah.
the scarcity mentality. And you can't blame them because we are not having a global approach to the things we are doing. So we
Yeah.
feel that, oh, if the small clients here don't buy, then no, it's a global thing. Oh, yeah, Garia. Are you saying it's only Ghanaians in Ghana that will consume Gary? Package it
No.
well. When
Yeah.
Meat fufu, despite success and all those things, meat fufu is part of it because, imagine the ingenuity, something that people want.
Yeah.
Something that is easy, like it's difficult to do, now it's easy. The only reason why meat fufu is probably not growing at the rates is that fufu doesn't have any global appeal. Yeah, it's only Ghanaians and maybe a few African countries. So it won't be a global sensation. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you yeah, because until we start branding fufu as a go-to, like the way KFC has been branded,
Yeah.
we see our stories are powerful because they literally build perception that informs purchasing decision or buying decision. But we don't have any stories. Tell me one story you know about any local food that has international appeal. We go and bring all these millions and we're not doing anything with it. Charlie, sometimes I feel, so what is it? You go for all this money, you go for money for tourism, and you spend 80% of it on capacity building, and nobody's even coming to the centers. Even this Ghana Jollof, Nigeria Jollof, it only
Yeah.
became a global sensation because of the fight between the two countries. And none
Yeah.
of those two countries had a national approach to continuing the selling of the Jollof as a global brand.
Yeah.
And we are here. Every Ghana Jollof is different. Every Nigerian Jollof is different in taste. Are we okay? So there's no Ghana Jollof, there's no Nigerian Jollof. Show me one Jollof that is a standard Jollof that we can take anywhere in this country, in this world, and it will be the same. When the less mother prefers a jollof in Ghana, my mother's jollof will be different. So what is Ghana jollof?
Yeah.
We are just kidding ourselves and being sensational about it. But until we decide that this is it, this is the recipe, this is the content, this is the content, this is the portions, this is, and we standardize it. And we have a global PR that this is the jollof to the go-to food of Charlie.
Ghana,
We are
Africa.
just joking. Oh, we are just joking. Give me the statistics of jollof that is sold even in the world. There's no
Yeah.
statistic. Go to KFC and tell them statistics of KFC chicken that is being sold in the world. They will give it to you.
Every
It's not the
every
same.
little every little
It's not the
detail.
same thing, my brother. See, and some of these things you and I cannot do it. When I'm so passionate and talking about these things, people ask me, why don't you do it? It's not, see, as an individual, I have responsibilities. I can't stop and whatever money I have, I'm going to do try. This is a national agenda. The national agenda to build fufu as a global meal. So we have Fufu Expo in Dubai, Fufu Expo in New York, Fufu Expo in UK, Fufu Expo in this, because we want to create a global taste for a local brand. You're talking about Ghana rice. Ghana rice. How many of us even like Ghana rice? What is the campaign to make Ghana rice appealing? We are here
Exactly.
in Thailand.
And you're
Have
not
you
even
been to
telling
Thailand
it.
before? You, Dela, have you
No.
been to Thailand before? The only time I see Thailand is in Africa, the American movies. When American
Yeah.
soldiers are going to Thailand, and then we see I don't know where Thailand is. I haven't been there before. But Thailand rice is everywhere in this country,
Yeah.
and it's not
And
even
it's
by
the best
local
as
people.
well. Yeah.
Yes, it's not. It's cartels that are
Yeah.
controlling the rice industry. So why would they allow you to sell your made in Ghana? So unless City FM does made in Ghana campaign, there's no national approach to it. We are just there,
Yeah.
lackadaisically doing things. That nobody's building anything. Nothing. It doesn't
And they
just
expect
happen, no.
global success. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it doesn't just until the people are one. Until we are one, there's nothing we are going to do that is going to stand. When they were building the Tower of Babel, even God shook that if he doesn't change the language of these people, they will get to the see. There's nothing that the human being decides to do that when they come together they cannot accomplish.
Yeah.
Even God, imagine that time, oh, my brother, that time there was no skyscraper and all that. There was no knowledge, there was
Yeah.
no insights, no architecture, nothing. But people knew engineering, and they were
Yeah.
building the Tower of Babel because they spoke one language. In Ghana, are we even one? NDC, MPP, every time they are disturbing our minds. Every time. As if any of them will be different. None of them will be different, my brother.
The
They just have
narrative is
different
always
names.
the same.
Nobody, what is Ghana Jollof? Tell me one recipe that is Ghana Jollof, or even Ghana Kinky, or
Yeah.
even Ghana Fufu, or Charlie. Anyway, it's okay. Let me not cry on this platform. Because sometimes when you look at the things that is going there, the
Yeah.
future is not as bright as we are hoping. Now we are just hoping. That's why church
Yeah.
is trending. That's
Yeah.
why churches are making so much money. That's why a
Yeah.
church will start this year. In 5 years, they have an auditorium that is fully air conditioned. That
Yeah.
is why, because everybody is basing everything on faith.
Yeah.
Go to
Also,
Finland, go to all those countries. They don't care about God and religion, but they are
yeah.
making it. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? We are here caring about God who has given us this brain, and we are just kidding. Today, Achimota Forest, the next day, Iyi Forest. Charlie, we don't have any approach. See, when we started selling Ghana Beyond Aid,
Yeah.
consistently marketing it, see the impact it got.
Yeah.
Hey, mistake, not Ghana Beyond Aid,
Yeah.
Ghana
Pretend.
Return, the return,
Yeah. Pretend. Yeah.
year of return. But you
Yeah.
see, we are short-sighted. Why would you do year of return? 1 year. Like,
I
oh
think
my
they've
brother.
changed it. The current one they are coming to do is beyond the return. That's the one they are repeating now.
It shows that Awanga Sano is not a vision that is nonsense. Beyond the return, what does it mean? What does it
I,
mean?
I'm so surprised. I'm so
Oh,
surprised.
Charlie,
But they are
but
saying
but
beyond
my,
the
my point my point is not to kick against anything. Like I said, every effort is better than no effort. So that one,
yeah.
please. But what I'm saying is this, Dela, if we don't have an approach to make Africa appealing, to make the things that we do in Africa appealing, if we don't tell our own stories and get people to love us and consume us as much as we love and consume them, we are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We will always be slaves to the people that we go for money from. And it's biblical. It's not me saying it. A borrower is a slave to a lender. Period.
Yeah.
You understand? That time that they started selling the year of return, just see the impact.
Yeah. The number
See
of
the
people that
impact. The people that came down, the people
yeah.
that patronized Ghana things, the people that, and suddenly everything has gone down because, and they will give excuse like COVID. When COVID was happening, Dubai was having an approach, post-COVID approach, and now it has returned. See, when you're
Yeah.
building something, you don't build for the now, you build for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
You don't build 1 year and then eventually you think of what else, then you put beyond the return and then that's it. No, you build for the next 100 years, you build for the next 200 years. When Singapore was changing their country, they weren't changing their country for the next year, for the next 2 years, for the next 200 years. So you set the country on a course and automate it. So whether it is one president or the other, the country is still running. And that's why countries like UK, US, China, and all those things are running. See, they can sack the president today. Didn't the prime minister of UK resign? Isn't the country running? They will build a system that will make
Yeah.
you useless, obsolete. And now, but when Obama, this is my last point. When Obama came to Ghana, what did he say? If the institutions work, Ghana would work. Do the institutions work? No.
Not at all.
Let's get problem. No, it's not. See, these are the serious issues. That's why we are
It's
faith-driven
very
country.
serious.
Everybody is praying because Charlie, Charlie, only God.
Amen.
That's why we are all very religious. That's why Alpha Hour is trending and Mindset, Business, and Growth webinar is not trending.
Yeah.
That is why.
Yeah.
Why are we praying so much? Because we are afraid as a people. Me who train me, my family literally have to beg to be able to even get me out of cell. Because
Yeah.
literally, they say bail is free, but it's not. See, if you get into trouble in this country, only God. And that's why everybody is praying, God help me, because the system doesn't work. System doesn't work. And everybody is praying. And by doing that, we are reaching other people who also are not thinking that their responsibility is economic growth. So then they just keep the money and just waste it on bills. Another time. Or rather,
God be
another
with
time.
us.
That's the thing. You see,
Yeah.
it's sad.
It's like absolutely true. Absolutely true. A typical
Sad.
example of a similar example to the Ghana Beyond Aid, or sorry, the Year of Return. Rwanda are doing a great job in terms of tourism. Like you are watching football matches, top football matches. The only thing you see on the screen is visit Rwanda. And they are sponsoring events globally, pushing tourism to the country.
Did I not tell you the story? The story.
The story.
And when
And
they
when
wanted
you
to attack, Uganda, Rwanda, when they wanted to attack Rwanda, what were they trying to do? Change the narrative.
Yeah.
Change them. See, these people, Dela, before God and man, nobody will take more interest in you than yourself. Nobody.
Yeah.
And if they do, then that means they love you in a way that they even love you more than themselves. Because it doesn't make sense that another country will take interest in you so much that it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't make sense. But that's what we think, that they are around here because they love us. Forget about that. See,
At all.
when they wanted to attack Rwanda, what did they do? They were doing interviews and stories about dictatorship, and then the guy is doing this, the guy is doing that, and then people are afraid they can't speak up, and then, but the evidence is in what is happening.
Yeah.
See,
Very clear. Very clear
everybody
evidence
is
of
quiet. See, they are all doing since the Russia-Ukraine war. Everybody is doing Nobody is saying anything. Let it happen in Ghana, in Africa. God forbid, it will be a whole story that would damage the entire continent. It's not because it's a European thing. So how come the European continent is not being damaged? Because they are managing the PR.
Yeah.
See, story. But let it happen
Goes
in
a long
Ghana.
way.
Let it happen in Africa that Ivory Coast has come to attack Togo. Even if it's two people fighting, it's a whole story. They were attacking that's what they were trying to do, and they couldn't succeed.
Yeah.
They were attacking the story of Rwanda and making it look like the guy is keeping the people in fear and just to destroy the image of the country. Now you're there. Now yet there, and these were not even
that one in progress
what
because
are
the
you talking
story.
about? Because you see, when the people are one, when the
Yeah,
people are one, Rwanda is one. They are all trusting in the leadership and the vision of the man. There is no country in the world that has transformed that didn't have a vision, that didn't have a visionary, and that didn't have a people that were one in their resolution to change their lives. No country. But come to this country, even the so-called religious bodies are not one.
yeah.
Christianity is the most dispersed religion in Ghana. Everybody, even charismatics are not one. Orthodox, not one. Catholics, not one. The same church, the same God. I won't even talk about Christians and Muslims. If the people are not one, we are just running in circles. We are just marking time. Rwanda is one as a country, and you can see that they are unified in their vision to change their country and to change their story. From a war-torn country, from a civil war, from a country that over 1 million people died, to a country that is welcoming to every race, every people, every country, every citizen, and placing themselves as the neatest, fastest growing economy in this country, in this continent, and in this world. That is a singular vision. So
Yeah.
when they are doing something, they have the backing, the prayers, and the goodwill of the entire country. And even if there are a few people that don't agree, like when what happened with Nkrumah, that is how
Yeah.
we experience Ghana as the most transformational country, because there was a vision, there was a visionary, and at that time there was a people that were one until the people were dispersed and then the vision was distorted and the visionary was gotten rid of. Can the Ghana we have started changing? And up till now, we are still marking time. Anybody
Yeah.
can call me out on this. And I'm sorry if I'm messing up your platform, but these are
Oh
truths.
no,
Check the
we need the
story of
truth.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Check the story of Singapore. Check the story of China. Check the story of Russia. Check the story of even UK. Check the story of every country that we admire today. There was a vision, there was a visionary, and there were people that were unified in their resolution to change their lives and to change their country. Check Dubai. Not everybody has to agree, and that's why our biggest problem is democracy. And because we don't have a one vision, everybody comes and manifesto. How can a country be driven by manifesto? As if we don't have, I mean, manifesto, a whole country is driven by manifesto. My brother, you let's close before people surround my house. No, but seriously, and we are not trying to be controversial. We
Yeah.
should be tired enough to hold ourselves accountable. Me, I
Yeah.
don't wait for government. I don't wait for, because we are government. If we are not tired, if we are not mad enough to hold ourselves accountable for the result we are looking for, and always deferring it to some leaders, deferring it to some deity, deferring it to some whatever, we'll be here. You think God is not the God of Nigeria? God is not the God of South Africa? Is the Ghanaians think God is only here? God is working for only us. He's our God. We are not. Anyway,
It is.
thank you so much
It is for-
for allowing me to vent. This is timely. God sent you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please, if you want to do sound bites, let me know before I get into trouble. Oh, my brother. Charlie,
it's our time to start working on this basic. These are basic things that we need to start working on now to be able to change the narrative tomorrow. We need to
true,
start working on these things now because
true,
as time goes on, if it's not changed, the worse the trouble becomes or the problems you are facing, the worse it becomes. But if we
true.
start working on it now, at least if not 100% progress, we start making at least 1 or 2%. That 1 or 2% can accumulate to be able to round up to a number where we can be proud of and say, we this generation or we this upcoming people were able to do this together or change the African narrative to this particular story from
Mhm,
what it was before. So I
mhm.
think it's not about it's about saying the truth, exposing the truth, learning about the truth, and finding solutions to it. Because as
That's
of now,
it.
we are all facing difficulties one way or the other. We are all experiencing all sorts of initial or internal racism. If you are not amongst the rich, you are not considered to be even worthy of thinking or sharing your thoughts with certain people. If you are not like in a certain status quo in the society, you're not able to express yourself. If you're not having certain things, you're not able to go to certain places. You're not even regarded as a person in a way to be able to even share your thoughts. And it's a whole lot going on. It's a whole we need to start working now.
I'm
Like
telling
we need to
you.
start making changes now, and it has to start within ourselves. The way you're able to express yourself. Someone would,
Of course.
a lot of people are right now sitting somewhere and then write about this to come and express themselves. But the truth needs to be told. We can't hide from it. We can't hide, no matter what you do. We are all facing. We are seeing it. This is self-evident truth. We are seeing that it's happening, but yet we are just being, in a way, ignorant about it, ignorant about sharing ideas about it, ignorant about expressing our views on it. And that's why I started initially with the African mindset. In the Western world, they are free to express. A child can tell you, what you are doing is wrong. But in Africa, here in Ghana, here, when a child tells an elderly person what you are doing is wrong, immediately it's regarded as disrespect. Immediately it's regarded as your parent didn't train you well, and the mindset that comes with it. So I think we need to start developing that growth mindset about all these things rather than a fixed mindset that we find ourselves, because it's more like we've been trained to have that fixed mindset. Go to school, do this, do that, and finish. When an elderly is talking, don't talk back. Even when it's wrong, keep quiet and say yes, please. If it's wrong, say yes, please, I accept. If he says lie down for him to work on you, because that's how you grow. And it doesn't work. We've been in that circle for long. It doesn't work. They say when the elderly is slapping you, you should keep quiet because that's how your blessings will come. Yet it's not working. You are not seeing that blessing. You're not seeing. So it's just about we start talking about this kind of things, finding solutions to them, coming up with our own small initiatives that can help people. We know, yes, the government is not ready to assist us, but in our own small ways. In fact, if the investors are ready to come on board, I think we will start seeing the progress more rapidly than we are seeing now. Because as of now, if I want to launch an initiative, I'm launching it from my pocket. And if that pocket runs dry, the initiative runs dry. Because in between that stage of running that initiative to growth, you need a support system that will hold you up. And if that support system isn't there, the system or the initiative tends to break down and then lose its purpose as it's growing. And that's one thing that's making a lot of businesses fail. A lot of people come up with like amazing ideas, but the support system to hold them up is what's missing from the whole place. And even our own so-called government institutions that are supposed to help have no clue what they are doing, have no idea how to help you, and they are just going to waste your time one way or the other. I've had several experiences that for privacy's sake will not share them here. But it's so bad, like it's so bad that it's becoming scary now. Instead of just being something we are facing, it's becoming a scary part of our lives, because you are looking at your life 5, 10 years, 20 years from now, and you are losing hope before you even get in there. Before you even start seeing the vision fully, you are scared of, should I say chasing the vision? You're not chasing the vision, starting that vision. Because you want to start a business, the first thing you're thinking about is, are they going to buy in Ghana here with this product? And the product you are building is not for today, it's a future product. But the question is, are they going to buy? Would they be interested? Do they even know about this product? Because already most of the population are not really technology inclined. So bringing up certain products will really not work well in the system unless you take that product outside. These digital skills and digital products you are talking about, if you start even e-commerce shops, how many e-commerce shops are in Ghana here running successfully? How many of them have implemented payment system that can be seamlessly? You don't have to pay today and then the company will tell you, I've not received my money, or the money didn't get to me, or your payment has been declined and all that. How many e-commerce systems are running seamless in terms of shipping products in Ghana here? Even Togo, Ghana, Nigeria, Ghana, it's extremely difficult to ship a product at an affordable fee. If you want to make it easy also, you have to pay extreme high wages for you to ship products just from Nigeria to Ghana. Yet we are not even borders apart, countries apart. You're on the same point, just some few hours distance away. Yet when you want to ship a particular product or a simple product, it takes you a lot of money. And if you don't take it, the product doesn't even get to you. Yet people are in the States doing drop shipping without even seeing the product that they are shipping. It gets delivered safely in good condition and still make their money. So I think it's about time we start seeing the future, seeing how scary it's becoming, and then we start taking initiatives to change the narrative as well, and then find solutions to what is going on. Because if you don't, we are all doomed. No, nobody will get doomed and leave someone behind and say, hey, I'm fortunate one. We are in the same soup, we are in the same country, unless you run away and leave us. But even if you run away and leave us, wherever you are, you still call this place home. This is your home. So we can run away, yes, but no, your home is still destroyed. So where you are, if they sack you from there, where you come into, you come back and now you have to start from square zero, which makes the problem even much more worse than it is today. Because we all run away and go out there, and then when they help their country for them with their working systems, and our system down here is messed up. And they say, okay, we don't want you there anymore, come back home. You are coming back to start from square zero, and it's going to be more painful than what you're experiencing today. It's going to be extremely, extremely painful than what you're experiencing today. And it's about time the African youth will wake up and start working on some of these things. It's about high time we start working on these things. If not, for running away, most people have already considered it. I'm also a victim of it. So we are just praying don't run away and go and be billionaires outside.
Well, we'll be here when you come back.
We'll be here when you come back.
We'll still be here when you come back.
Anyway, $1 million club. So you will not be here. You will join me there.
I know, no. I would still be here.
Sure?
The authenticity of wealth is still like enjoying it in your country of Abud, your Charlie, because you're a billionaire in US. So come down and come and tell me you're a billionaire here.
No, we are going to make it there and come back.
No, we'll make it here. Okay. But see, maybe you're not on this platform. Maybe we should get about 3 or 4 different people and let us have, because trust me, Lebanese people come here. Yeah. Do you know the Lebanon story? Have you read about Lebanon? Do you know the GDP of Lebanon? Do you know the country? Please, disclaimer, Lebanon is an amazing place. I don't know, I've never been there. But my question is, what do these foreigners see in Ghana that is making, not forget even Lebanon, Indians, Israelis, and all the, even our sisters country, Nigerians, what do they see that makes them come here in multitudes and they're able to legitimately make it? What is it that they see? You see, and you're talking about mindset. The moment you believe that your hope is overseas, there's nothing that can help you here anymore. Because what you have done with your mind is that you put a cap on your mind on seeing the possibilities of making it down here regardless. And that's how powerful the mind is. Do you think the people that made America are enjoying it the way the people that are enjoying it today are? Do you think that people that laid their lives down for the black and the white to all be together like they are today are enjoying it the way the people that are there now are enjoying it? Nobody wants to sacrifice, but everybody wants good living. I don't get it. You want to go. But the question is, at the end of the day, that is why we get the leaders that we have. Because out of the remnant of Ghana, the leadership is determined. But you cannot have remnant leading and the elites who are out there telling us that our country is crap. That is hypocrisy at the highest level. Yeah. Because if you believe that you cannot do it, and because of that, you leave it to other people that are less qualified. And I'm not in any way saying the people who are leading us are less qualified. I don't have the insight to determine that. But I'm saying that if you won't go into leadership, if you won't go into politics, anybody that gets into it already has sacrificed so much that they eventually think that they deserve so much. Because in the absence of demand, supply would be useless. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? We need good leaders. Where are they? Which one Ghanaian has been able to build a global conglomerate of company that gives them the temerity to think that they can run a country? Or that gives them, like, you see, at the end of the day, my brother, leadership is everything. Having a vision that drives a people is everything. And when a people is backward, you need a vision that literally demands of blood, sweat, and tears to be able to drive it to a point where now the country is desirable, not even for that generation that fought for the country, but the generation that now is enjoying it, for which people now are converting the country. The people that were in Dubai, when Dubai was nobody, if I can say it that way,
Yeah.
okay,
No, it's sure.
are the people that were there not dead still?
Yeah,
They are there. But the difference is clear because they sacrificed. So now their children don't need to sacrifice. We don't know the value of sacrifice. We don't know the value of dying for a country. Why? Because the people that we allow to lead us, who are leading us the best way they know how to, are probably not creating the kind of environment that would help us who know and are qualified to thrive. So then we stay here and we want to go to countries that people have sacrificed for. See, we should stop being hypocrites in this country. Going away is not the solution. And also people there coming is not the solution. And when I hear those diasporan, oh Jesus Christ. As if our problems, the solution lies with all the diasporans. What life have they built for themselves there? What? Why like the moment the person slangs small, just say they are the repository of solutions to our problems. But meanwhile, they come here and they just join forces with everybody else. Charlie, let's not get into this. Okay. All I'm saying, I know that there are a lot of people that are running away. There are a lot of people that are, and still these same people go and stay there. All these people that are outside in the America and all those people with YouTube channels and always insulting us, bombarding us. I don't want to mention names, but you know them. If they are men, they should come to this country and put their back to the thing. What are they talking about? Who did they attempt? You're just insulting people. Come here and make sure there needs to be. Charlie, the people that have fought for America to make America what it is now, they died, though.
Yeah.
They literally died. The reason why Nelson Mandela is celebrated world over, even beyond his death, is that he literally sacrificed sweat, blood, and tears to make sure that it doesn't continue. We like luxury. Everybody's in air condition. Everybody doesn't want to sweat. My leg is paining me. You start a business, you employ one person. They are lazy like, oh, Jesus Christ. And these people will literally sit in church from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. But they won't sacrifice for the business that is paying them money to go and pay tithes. What are you talking about? Let's stop being ignorant. Let's stop being hypocrites. We want to leave, fine, leave. I mean, what does it take? You don't even need visa to go to so many countries. So, see, my brother, you can go today. But the truth is that if you don't like something, this is not the time to enjoy luxury. This is the time to sacrifice. This is the time to hold people accountable. This is the time. Everything is sensational. This thing I'm doing, very soon people will be quoting me and making it sensational about it. We are so sensational. Why do you think jokes thrive in this country? Everybody's joking. Because, let's joke. Put jokes on your platform right now. Put sex on your platform. It will trend. Put religion on your platform. It will trend. Put serious economic issues on your platform, devoid of any politics, any government issues, just serious, debatable economic issues. Nobody has insights. Nobody. See, this GDP, inflation, petrol, they're not even reading why it is happening. But these are the people that are informing perception and mindset on radio.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. See, bring
Very
an
sad.
argument that is constructive. Nobody would, because they don't want to think and comment. Nobody wants to think. So then, unless it is about, oh, my boy, jam you, hey, everybody's commenting. My brother, just try it. No, this is your channel. Your channel is amazing. but you see how long it will take for it to even get to a point where you can even monetize. And I pray that, you see, that's why we always pray. I'm praying, I'm praying. Meanwhile, people are using algorithms. Charlie, every time you're praying, you go to your uncle can give you 100,000 CDs to start a business, and they will lay their hands on you and pray for you. Pray for you.
Yeah.
Who should give you your son or your niece or nephew 100,000, and you just want to pray for them? My brother, you let's close. Otherwise, I will say some things that my father will call me again. I don't want my mother to call me. Nobody wants to sacrifice. You start a
Yeah.
business, nobody wants to sacrifice for the business. They come to work, behave anyhow. They do anything. They come, they miss time, they are late, they lose time. They don't even call you when they want to leave your business. You want to leave my business? Call me and let me know. At least do the right thing. They just go. So you see that a lot of business are pocket-sized businesses. This thing you are doing, you can get 2 interns or 2 volunteers. They are pushing the brand, they are marketing the brand. See, even in America where it is, do you know the amount of work people put into marketing things? Even people that are sensational people, when Oprah Winfrey is doing a show, do you know how much money goes into publicity and marketing? We are here thinking that God will just open a way for us. Even Beyonce, that is a sensation, that is a goddess, according to people that love her. She still needs marketing
Yeah.
to be able to get the stadium full. What are you talking about? And these are people that are known globally. Oh. And then you want to do a show and you want 1 million people and you are just praying. I have nothing against prayer. I have
Angels with
nothing against I have nothing against prayer. I have nothing against religion. My life is not even an evidence that if you pray less, you will be successful. No. But
yeah.
the thing I'm telling you is that God has given us everything we need. So let's stop putting tax on God. God is not working again. When He said it is finished, it is finished. He is not working for you. He's not your employee.
Yeah.
When you're in somebody's business, die for the business, commit to the business, sacrifice for the business, and stop. See, two people are in the office. They're like, one is sacrificing for the business, and the other person is asking, "Is it your father's business? Why you?" I mean, and we are here. Oh. We are here. I have a friend.
Mindset.
She works in the health service. The tribulation that this friend of mine went through because she dedicated herself to the health and well-being of the people in the community, right from the district director to her supervisor, everybody hated her just because she was demonstrating their laziness, up to the point that this friend of mine had to resign. Go anywhere that anybody is sacrificing for. See, my brother, they are being victimized. They are being victimized because they feel that, no, why are you doing too much? Why are you behaving like you own the thing in this country? But yet we come back and we want to go to countries that people are sacrificing for. Charlie, let's stop all this nonsense. People work hard in this country, and then another person who is being paid the same salary or even more is telling them, why are you doing this? Because you are demonstrating my laziness. In this Ghana, my brother, let's stop all these things, because sometimes when I hear these things, I'm like, I know people that are sacrificing for companies, governments, and then they are being victimized. But yet we talk about president, we talk about vice president, they are all doing this. See, everybody's looking out for themselves in this country, and we expect the country to grow. My brother, it's a very sad thing. Nobody wants to sacrifice. Nobody wants to do anything. And those that are also doing it are being even with the channel you are doing. Nobody's even going to come and tell you that, okay, Charlie, even it's going to be well. Just it's going to be well, Kekempo, Obianka. No, Charlie, my brother, it's sad. For me, I'm so passionate. I avoid talking about these things because one, we have no vision as a country. I don't care what anybody is saying. We don't know where we are going. We are literally doing try and error from the head to the bottom. Nobody knows where we are going. Like there's no strategic, like this is who we are. I don't care whether I win election or I don't win election. This is where we are going. When the Dubai people said we are going to turn tourism into an income generating medium that is going to make more money from the oil, they didn't do debate. Oh. There was no debate, my brother. There was no debate. They said this is what we want, and this is what happened. America is being run by individuals, not even government. Tell me how many government interventions in America that has any. No, government is not doing business. In Ghana, everybody is doing. Is it not the Tesla stories? Is it not
Yeah.
Microsoft? Is it not Amazon? They are individuals. But when
Yeah.
Amazon needed money, the government gave Amazon more than $400 million as loan. How many countries, how many companies is government giving them money? See Kantanka. Kantanka, in his own wisdom, with his own resources, has been able to build a brand, and we Ghanaians we are laughing. Meanwhile, Tata, one company owned by individuals, transformed the economy of India. Tata was a farm machinery.
Yeah.
But look at it now. Tata Group, one country, one company, employing thousands of people. We are joking in this country. Why is Kantanka not a national sensation? Why are we not all driving Kantanka? Why? A young person wants to buy a car, and the first car they think about is Hyundai or Toyota. Why are we not driving Kantanka? Because we are not even selling the story. Look at the billboards of Kantanka. So you're telling me that no government institution in Ghana can help Kantanka even brand properly? What is this? No government, nothing, nobody can help them brand. Look at the billboards that they are running. How do you compare these billboards to Toyota and then Hyundai and all those things? But we are in this country. How much do we need? How much do we need? How much? How many beds would you sleep on? How many houses can you live in at a time? Meanwhile, this guy, one country is feeding. Why do you think his daughter is always winning election? Because everybody there has benefited from the father.
Yeah.
Everybody at Domi Kwabenya literally has benefited from the father. So as loyalty to him, they vote for the daughter. We are here in this country. Tell me one Ghanaian industry that the government is even focusing on making it a global sensation, having global market. Why is Kantanka not a global sensation, even a national sensation? Charlie, my brother, don't do that. When I hear young people saying I want to leave, I was like, what is this? What is this? The government is doing absolutely nothing. That shows that you are interested in indigenous private sector development. Every bridge, they have to bring foreigners. Every big initiative, it has to be foreigners. And if it's not foreigners, it has to be lobbying. It has to be why? Nobody. See, you are a young person, you start a business, you employ people. They don't care where the money is coming from. They don't care whether the business is making money or not. All they want is that at the end of the month, you pay me.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about anything anymore. Entrepreneurs are suffering. And everybody wants to go and get a job. Who built EcoBank? Who built MTN? Are they not individuals? Charlie, let's talk before I disgrace myself on this platform. No. Charlie, the people like us should not speak. And I'm very sad because how you of all people see the way you brand things. Meanwhile, they will pay $1 million to a foreigner to come and give us square for a logo in this country. Why? Are you telling me logo? Logo. Ah, so we can't even Ghanaians cannot do logo. Ghanaians cannot do software. That you have to literally bring foreign people every time. Why? So you just say you need answer. Why? Logo. Are you telling me that like, you can't do logo for for
Oh, I
for
can't.
for for you can't do logo. Logo, me, I sit and do all my logos, all the designs you see. It is now that I have people that do those things for me. And yet, and collaborate to me here. So you want to transform the brand of this thing. You don't give it to young people to do it in your own country. Nobody's fighting for any indigenous business. Tell me one indigenous business that can compete with any of these foreign businesses here. Is it Papaya? Is it Malcolm? Is it which one? Ghanaians are nobodies. It's very sad. Nobody cares about this country anymore. Everybody is looting our country. Everybody, including our own self. They brought guns and they brought the Bible and they took gold, diamonds, bauxite. They are still doing it today.
Yeah.
Charlie, it's okay, my brother. It's sad. Some of us, people ask us, why are you not rich? Why are you not doing things that people are making money? Everything is about money and showing off. Everything, sensational nonsense. Everything. See all these celebrities and all that. Nobody is even defining our stories. Everybody wants to do butts. Everybody wants to do breasts. I mean, Charlie, you go to, hey, Dela, you go to SHS. You ask them role models. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah. See, is sad. We
It's
can't
sad.
keep
It's
laughing.
sad.
As
It's
young
sad.
girls, oh, young
Yeah.
girls, role models, and the names they mention. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why? Because corporate women are not putting themselves out there. When you tell them about personal branding, they are looking like, I don't want people, I'm a private person, but you want your country to serve you publicly. Charlie, it's okay. It's
It's sad.
okay. No. When they think that young people don't have sense, when they think that Ghanaians, the average Ghanaian is stupid, and everybody thinks like that. When you speak to foreigners, they think we are stupid. See, it's not easy. They think an average Ghanaian is stupid. And see, they do everything. The government is rubbishing us. Foreigners are rubbishing us. Even our own neighbors are rubbishing us because the Ghanaian is hospitable. Is another word for Jimmy. Jimmy. Into obi a yɛ nea ɔpɛ wɔ country mu. Things that they
Yeah.
can't even do in their own countries, they are doing here. Foreigners are influencing policy in Ghana. It's sad. We
Wow.
can't keep laughing. No, we can't. We can't keep. See, any country that has gone through a transformation, the people sacrificed from the beginning of age till now. If there's no sacrifice, there's no transformation. And unfortunately, in this country, the only way you can sacrifice is when you join a political party. Why? Why? And even that, everybody's looking out for themselves. How? Like, Charlie, no. If you want to go, that's fine. But please don't let it be like, say, if you can't slang, if you didn't go to a foreign school, if you haven't lived in Himfa, the NHS say, would you wouldn't nyansa? And we expect that people will come through our public institutions. Everybody wants to take their kids to private institutions. Just say, if you can't afford, you are a useless parent. Why? We went to Saito. We were wearing brown. We were proud of it. We were not,
Yeah.
my parents were not useless. But now, if your parents cannot afford $7,000, they can't give your child education that is quality. Why? Look at Ashasi. We are celebrating Ashasi as the renowned institution of choice. But go through all the people that have funded Ashasi today. Go through all the people that have funded Ashasi today. Most of them are foreigners. Why? Eh? Somebody is doing such an amazing project. They're not getting any support. It is a small institution, even as of today. The entire Ashasi is not more than 3,500 students. At least the last time I checked. If they are not, I'm not sure they're even more than 3,000. Small institution. Nobody is helping them. They are just struggling on their own. Look at our institutions, 500 people in one class. What knowledge? What knowledge? What knowledge would they? 500 people. People are even standing outside the classroom. Charlie, me, I'm a very passionate person, but there's a limit to what I can do because I don't want to join any political party. In this country, the moment they align you with a political party, the perception is one. I don't want it. If we can't change our country, please just leave it the way it is. Because the perception that there's greener, was it not the same perception in the days of old? How come it's the same? You see, these people, they don't joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. These foreigners, they don't joke. Every move they make,
It's up.
everything they do, there's a plan to it.
Yeah.
Everything, all these World Banks, IMF, IFC, MasterCard Foundation, GIZ, all of them working around this country. There is a motive to it, there's a plan to it, and ultimately is to better their country. Every one of them. So sometimes when we think that those peanuts that they are giving us is the show of love for us, it's so sad. Everybody is going to the same people. Young people think that everything should be free. Education should be free. Food should be free. But when you go to America, it's not free. Rent is expensive. Taxes are expensive. All these things are expensive, and they pay for it because it's a system. But here, nobody wants to pay taxes. Nobody. Why? Because they know that everybody wants to enrich themselves. See, it's okay, my brother. I'm not sure this is what you bargained for. So let me keep quiet. Let me leave. No, because we need to literally rise up and say that enough is enough. We are not stupid people, but because of election, they won't do it. They won't do it. They will not do it. I'm telling you, they will not do it. They will do it in such a way that it has a mass appeal. Into at least obia enyanka kanka 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 kanka. How do you build a private sector? How do you build a private sector with 100,000 Ghana cedis? Dela, even you that you are doing this thing on a small notes, if I give you 100,000 cedis and you don't take care, it won't last for a year. That is you pay. It won't last for a year. But you give 100,000 to a whole network of IoT people that are trying to change mindset, build skills, go national. 100,000. But they will take pictures and make it look as if they are doing massively. How much can 100,000 buy? It is less than $15,000. That is
Yeah.
chicken change. Because we in Nankasa, we are not serious. See, this thing you're talking about, the America and all those things, there's a system to starting a business. When you
Yeah.
get into Silicon Valley, and they are training them on this system. So everybody is building a business that has a pitch deck. Everybody is building a business that has a business model. Everybody is building a business that has a business plan. Everybody is building a business that has a venture capital appeal. Everybody is building a business that can go beyond the country. The American dream is about private sector growth. America, everything we know about America is by an individual.
Yeah.
What do we know about the country? CNN, individual. Own network by Oprah, individual. Amazon, individual. Netflix, individual. Everything we know about America, because America is crazily passionate about its people. They will never choose any other citizen over their people. See, everything we see in the movies about America is true. I'm telling you, bro, let there be a war in Ghana, God forbid. Americans will evacuate their citizens in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let there be anywhere in this world a war. They will go and sit and be thinking of how to evacuate Ghanaians, and it will be like a favor to Ghanaians. Charlie, you're not doing me a bloody favor. It is my sorry. We don't care about Ghanaians. When you
Okay.
go to America, they care about cats and dogs more than a Ghanaian. A Ghanaian, oh Jesus, a Ghanaian is worthless in the minds of these people. And you know it by our health system. You know it by our educational system. How they are just playing with these things. The Ghanaian mindset, a typical Ghanaian mindset. What is it? How are we informing the Ghanaian mindset? One ko slants kakrie bi, one ko fa American ko 2 weeks course bi a, it just say we are useless. Just say what there, Saitona ko and we are crasini. You can't think for yourself. In this country, my brother, it is, see, we are not stupid, oh. We are not stupid, but we are not one. Our only problem is that we are not one. That's the only problem. We are so divided that they are conquering us every day. Tell me the biggest project in Ghana and tell me one Ghanaian company that is running that project. The biggest project in Ghana and one Ghanaian company that is running the project. You think the economy is ours? We are joking. We don't own the economy. And we're always talking about inflation. We are talking about interest rates. I don't know whatever they like is what they do. Hey, we don't own the country.
Yeah.
Tell me the richest people in this country are not Ghanaians. We're not. If small Ghanaians, if a rich person in Ghana is flaunting whatever, it's not cars. It's not cars. My brother, in America, people that flaunt cars and houses are celebrities. They use it as marketing.
Yeah.
In Ghana, people that are flaunting cars and houses are people that we are supposed to see as icons of private sector, of entrepreneurship. What are you talking about? Celebrities flaunt cars and stuff. You flaunt cars because what? Come and teach us how you did it. And stop flaunting cars, flaunting houses. What is the fund that you have created that is powering up young people's businesses in this country? What are we doing with Ferrari in this country? Our road is not even good.
That's the painful part of it. You have a Ferrari and you can't even drive it passionately in town.
Charlie, it's okay. Please don't call me again. I'm done with you. I've never had an interview like this before. Please don't call me again. Because at the end of the day, my brother, see, until we rise as a people, we have a vision that is driving us, and we have a visionary that does not care about the next election, but is really driving the vision that we've all collectively bought into. We'll be marking time for generations to come. And it's not a prophecy of doom, it's factual. You see, everything we need for life and livelihood has been given. You see, and a lot of the things we need are man-made. When the thing is not God-made, God doesn't necessarily concern himself with it. Because you see, he's giving you everything that should enable your living on this earth. So he gave you the earth, he gave you the air, he gave you the mind, he gave you the time. Everything else, he said, do it yourself. So why are you calling on him to give you money? He didn't create money. He didn't create money, but he gives the power to make wealth. So his focus is ensuring that you have what it takes. And everybody has what it takes. That's why you don't even need to believe in God to make it in this world. You don't need to believe it. You can literally be insulting God every day of your life, but you can still make it if you go according to the principles of making it. But here, just say one wrong thing about the pastor, and your timeline will blow out. Charlie, all these pastors we have, so you are telling me that they can't sit together into a religious economic recovery program? All these great men of God with wisdom and insight, they can't bring their people together and look at a Ghana national religious recovery program, a recovery program that is powered by the religion. Christians, Muslims coming together and thinking and praying into a vision for this country and driving the vision, because you own the people. Political parties don't own the people. Churches, mosques own the people. But everybody is treading on the side of caution. Everybody. When have you gone to church and they are talking about economic recovery program? Sensational things. All the pastors come together and they say, no, this has to stop. Read anywhere in the Bible that people did not come together and said this has to stop. Pastors are supposed to be the most powerful people because they control human beings. But you see, their focus is conditioning them in a way that will make them loyal to their cause. My brother, see, this country, we literally just need to be one, driven by a vision and led by a visionary. And if the political parties cannot do it, that is fine. Let's look at the religion. Religion. There is nothing wrong with being a religious nation. The only thing that is wrong with it is that if religion is not what is informing policy and growth, building big churches is not the solution to our problems. Why is it that the churches are not the same people building affordable houses? Why are they not building offices that myself and Dela can rent monthly? Why are they not providing transportation and building a system? Why are the churches not doing it? Why? What prevents them? They will tell you that, oh, their work is not economic empowerment. We complain unnecessarily. Anyway, my brother, thank you so much. I've taken enough of your time. I have cried on your platform. I'm not ashamed of myself because everybody that has changed the world, changed the country, changed the people have to literally sacrifice. And some of us, we've been doing that for over 10 years. But Charlie, it takes more than one person. It takes more. My people are telling me it's okay. They want to go home. They are sacrificing. It's fine. Thank you so much. Okay, we would catch up again. But Charlie,
Sure.
if young people, because you see, if we can stand in the gap, and it's not just prayer, but providing solutions. I look for the day that churches would come together, and it's not just prayer. They sit there and think and let the Holy Spirit guide them. I'm telling you, I will tell you, leave my house. You understand? Can you imagine how revolutionary that would be? They come into church, and now today we are not praying, we are not singing, we are sitting there and thinking about Ghana. list all the problems, come up with solutions, and 1,000 people decide that they are all going to go according to this solution. Just check the revolution that will happen.
Yeah.
Check it anywhere in this country. If the churches don't rise up and stop thinking that God should come and solve our problems, and then Nyankopon, one more at the end, he's giving you what you need. Why are you still worrying him? Why? Because you see, the thing we are doing is demonstrating our lack of faith in ourselves and the God that made us. And where there is no faith, there is no demonstration of the power of God. We'll still be dependent on pastors. And that's why pastors are becoming rich, because the demand for them is high. So the price and the value on them is equally high. But then when pastors become rich, what do you see? Lavish life, lavish auditorium, lavish everything, no economic recovery approach, nothing. They pray. Charlie, you think. You don't pray for economic recovery, you think. Anyway, thank you. Okay,
It's been
thank you very much.
awesome.
It's Friday. Let me go and chill.
Again, chill.
They say Ghana is suffering. Ghana is suffering, but people are always drinking at the.
No, you go to Osu right now. Go to Osu right now and see what's happening.
Let's stop deceiving ourselves. There's so much wealth in this country.
Yeah.
But the only people that see it are the people that are not Ghanaians. It's so sad. So sad. All right. Thank you so much, my brother.
All right. Thank you too.
We will catch up again another time.
Sure.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you
to
everyone joining us. It's been awesome. Anytime you watch this video, do share your comments and subscribe to the channel as well. We are trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by December. I know we can do it. Let's come together and do it. Let's have one huge channel dedicated to things like this, educational purposes, and not just the celebrity ones that we see. And I believe in you all that we can do it. Let's do it. Let's come together and do it. All right. Thank you, EKOW. I'll catch up with you soon, and bye-bye for now.